Okay, coach, congratulations for the EuroCup championship.
Thank
How is that feeling? You completed the set now.
Yeah. Well, it feels great, and it feels great to be part of the Darussafaka program at this time, having made history for the club and becoming a part of the history of Turkish basketball.
And do you believe that Darussafaka is now became the team of Turkish people, because a lot of fans supported you during this whole season, from Fenerbahçe fans, Beşiktaş fans? Do you believe that?
Well, I want to say thank you to the people of Turkey and the people of Turkish sport that did show us so much support and love and appreciation. We filled our gym in the finals and had a great crowd that helped us to win. And many of these fans were not specifically Darussafaka fans, but were on those days in order to help us to accomplish something for our club and for Turkish basketball and the country in general. And that was very nice. And I hope that has legs and it will keep going forward. You know.
And last year you told many times that Darussafaka has to be in the EuroLeague,
yes.
But you competed in EuroCup. But now you earned a spot in EuroLeague. So what would you like to say about this? Are you happy, even more happier now, because you are right at the end of the day?
Well, you see, and that's the point. Sometimes it's not what you say; it's what you do. So I said it, but eventually we had to do it in order for it to happen, and it did, and that's great.
And you signed a lot of new players during the season, and I talked with your players, and they told me that they realized they have a chance to winning EuroCup in the first practice in the summer. So when did you realize that can happen, like your players in the first practice? Or?
Well, you know, we actually didn't set specific goals the first days. What we did do was ask everyone to commit to excellence, to commit to the process and to the right way of doing things, with the knowledge that if we did that on a consistent basis, we could become a very successful and competitive team. Really, it wasn't until the top 16 that we even talked about winning the competition. But I think what the guys meant was that they saw our group of players, and they saw our athleticism and our speed and our good feeling and chemistry that they had amongst each other, and that probably gave them the sense that they could do something special, which they did.
And your path to EuroCup championship was actually hard, because you played against Bayern Munich in the semifinals, besides the regular season.
And
in
the quarterfinal.
They were really tough too.
Very tough team. They just won the ABA League, beat the EuroLeague team Red Star in order to take the championship. Yeah, our path was very tough.
And that makes the EuroCup championship more sweet.
Yes, I agree. You know, we went through the 3 best teams that we could go through in order to win the championship, and we were challenged, but we also were undefeated in the playoffs, so that says something about our team.
And about your players, each of them improved themselves a lot. Turkish guys played crucial roles during the playoffs and also in the Turkish League.
Yeah.
Foreign players, they also improved themselves. For example, a lot of players now considered as a EuroLeague player, EuroLeague level player. What would you like to say about your player group?
Well, you know, we did together with Mithat Demiral a really good job, I believe, of bringing character guys, bringing young talent, bringing hungry players that wanted to improve and wanted to prove themselves, which they have done. And I think that helped us, because we were able to work in a certain way and at a certain level without going down due to fatigue or due to ego or due to injury. You know, we had a great working group, and everyone and every member of this team is the better for it. You know, they now have a legacy, they now have a resume, and that was part of the message that we sent to the players when we talked about what creating the right type of team and environment can do for you as a professional.
And during the season, of course, there are a lot of keys, but your defense was amazing, especially in the playoffs against Lokomotiv Kuban. Even you didn't get the defensive rebound a lot in the first game, your defense was amazing. What would you like to say about this defense? Because they say offense wins games, but defense wins championship, and that's what you did.
That's a very good saying and metaphor. I think that's a great way to put it, probably better than I can. You know, the other part of that is you come to realize at a certain point what can you lay your hat on, what can you base your team and your performance on. And you know, we fairly quickly understood that although we wanted to be a great and high tempo, high scoring team, that really our strength was our ability to defend people. And you know, it's one of the main reasons that we're champions today.
And about Turkish League, after winning EuroCup championship, that can make it even harder to focus on Turkish League. But what would you like to say about this? Do you believe that your players ready to compete at the top level in Turkish League? Because it's hard to focus when you completed your biggest goal in the season.
Yeah, well, that's our challenge right now. You know, we have to see if we, despite that great success, if we can still maintain our effort level and our intensity level and our focus, and continue to build on the good things that we've done this year.
And now you earned a spot in EuroLeague, but there are some things going on in the EuroLeague also. They are saying that Panathinaikos is going to leave the EuroLeague. Yeah. So what would you like to say about this? This is because you are a very important person for European basketball.
Thank you. Well, you know, last year when we talked, and the main reason that I came here last year was because you know, Ferencváros wanted us to build a sustainable and lasting program and have a sustainable, lasting presence in European basketball. And despite the fact that we were a playoff team last year, because of the rules, you know, we didn't get a bid to this year's competition. Now, having earned again a spot in the EuroLeague, I think the important thing going forward is what will the team do and what will the EuroLeague do, recognizing the need for a commitment and a sustainable program for today and for the future. And like you, I'm anxious to see what develops. You know, I really hope that people recognize that we have a beautiful facility, that we have a quality and professional program, that we are a great location, being in Istanbul in Turkey, for teams and for television and for sponsors, and that we want to be a part of the EuroLeague future, and we want to be a good member of the European basketball community.
And about this year's EuroLeague, do you have a favorite team to win the whole championship?
Well, number one, I want Fenerbahce to win the championship. I tell you that with no hesitation, and I wish them the best of luck. And I also think they're one of the favorites.
Yeah. After last night,
well, not because of one game.
Yeah.
It's because they have championship pedigree. They are the reigning champions. They have great coaching. They have tradition. They have great players. So they have a good chance. No guarantee, of course, because it's very, very difficult. But nothing I'd like to see more than to see another Turkish team win an additional European title.
So, would you like to play against them in the Super Cup, something like that?
Oh, that'd be great. That would be great.
So, what's your favorite moment from this season besides the championship?
There were a lot of different exciting and memorable moments. You know, I think that to pick one game only is very difficult, but you know, something that I remember was coming back from a big win against, who was it? Budućnost in the second game in Montenegro. The first game, of course, was extremely hard, and that game was also special, 57-54, and we had, you know, we were having a hard time breathing in that game because it was the first game of the series at home, and the pressure is on you, and we found a way to win, and then we went to Budućnost, and we won the game. Played really, really well. Kartal came in the game because James Bell had been injured. He scored 8 points, had 6 rebounds and 4 assists, and played 26, 27 minutes. Then he hurt his leg because he wasn't used to playing so many minutes. But he was the key player of that game. And because of flight schedules, we had to fly only late the next night, Saturday night, and we had a game against Beşiktaş, who's a great team, Sunday early at 3 o'clock. And of course, the plane had to be late, so we didn't get home till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and we had to play the next day without really being able to prepare it. And we played such a good game against, you know, a very, very good team. So that weekend and those 2 wins were really, really special for me.
So you have a lot of big achievements during your career, but where would you put this team through your career?
You know, people are always asking me to rate and rank. You know, and what I suggest to everyone is, you know, win 1 championship, see how you feel, and if you like it, do it again.
So, Coach, I have to ask you about the NBA also, because you know there are
don't want to talk about the NBA. NBA and everything that has to do with the NBA will have its time. Right now, I'm trying to focus on helping my team make the playoffs and hopefully find some success. You know, I am finished with my contract this year, and I am open to anything and everything, and you know, NBA is a part of that picture.
But with the permission from the board, you will be in the States next week, right?
I don't know where that rumor started. You know, I won't be in the States next week. No.
So I believe Wojnarowski reported that you will be in the States to meet Knicks and also the Suns.
I want to tell you a great story. One time I was looking for a newspaper, so I went to the man and I said, "I have a paper?" He said, "Yes." I said, "How much does it cost?" He said, 10 Turkish lira. I said, 10 Turkish lira? It's written here 1 Turkish lira. He said, "Never believe what you read in the newspaper."
Okay, Coach. Thank you so much.
All right, man.